Good morning. I see a lot of people have been complaining about media, right? And they just keep complaining about media. I don't understand. I think it's not fair. I know how hard it is to be working for media. You work for a newspaper or a TV station, right? You have to dig up stories all the time, ask questions, write about them. And some talk into a camera. And you know, these networks, they have sponsors. It's hard, see? So I think we are expecting too much of media. And even themselves are complaining. Where's the loyalty? You know, this lady, I was reading about this lady, Marianne Klowak, this whining Canadian lady. She worked with the CBC for 34 years. Where's the loyalty? Right. CBC, that's one of the best, right? Best networks in the world, maybe, I think. Beautiful thing, CBC in Canada. So she was testifying, whining, at this National Citizens Inquiry in Ottawa on the 18th of May. Listen to what she says. The CBC stopped journalists from writing stories on the lockdowns, for instance. I want to write about the lockdowns. No, you can't. Right? And injuries too. They couldn't write about it. And the protests, even the protests. You know, people were protesting against the mandates, and you couldn't write about it. So I see, this may be frustrating, but I mean, what's the problem? What do you expect, really, from a network like the CBC? And again, where's the loyalty? She worked there for a long time, and now she's complaining about her employer. Maybe she stole something, you know. Maybe she stole some toilet paper, and now she wants to justify it. Listen to what she says. I know that as a public broadcaster, you'd expect us to be telling you the truth. Well, I don't think so. Why would you tell the truth? Anyway, that's what she says. And we stopped doing that, she said. And it was a number of stories that I have put forward that were blocked. But it seemed to me as a journalist who'd been there for 34 years, it's like the rules had changed overnight. And it changed so quickly that it left me just dizzy. Right. Well, I understand that it's a bad situation. They didn't tell the truth about this situation, right? It's basically the crime of the century, or worse. I think it is the worst crime ever performed, you know. And media, they didn't write about it, they didn't talk about it, they still don't. But I don't see the problem. I mean, again, why complain about these wonderful people? You know, people expect too much from media. I was watching this documentary this morning. I couldn't watch the whole thing. It made me so angry. Right. It was, the name is The Unseen Crisis. And it started off with this girl, right? And immediately I got so pissed off. It was hard to watch it. This girl, she was totally ruined. And there was a parent, I think there was one parent, dealing with this stuff. And the parent, I suppose, made her take it. It got me so angry. They also tell some numbers. Miscarriages, 300% above average. Neurological injuries, 1,000% above average. Cancer, 300% above average. I don't know if these numbers are true, but that's what they said. And they also talked about all these people who experience difficulties with their bodies and they don't know why. You know? Right. So I understand this is terrible stuff. It's the worst. But why do you blame media? Why do you accuse them? I don't get it. Oh, give them a break, media. Well, they do stories. That's what they do. Don't expect it to be the truth. That's just too much. Right. Some say, and I say, the whole thing is the ultimate betrayal, because people trusted the governments and the agencies and to some extent media, and now they are in this shit. Ultimate betrayal. And when they complain about it, they go to the hospital with this problem that they got from trusting these people. Now they go to the hospital and say, I was injured. Many of them are treated as they were crazy. Ultimate betrayal, of course. But just leave media out of it. All right. Be good.